Hello, 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 and welcome back to Hunter Tuned. Today we're going to be working on my Fox Body Mustang, and we're going to be trying to put a roll cage in it. I have done this before on Honda Civics, but I've never done it on a Fox Body Mustang, and I'm going to try to do it as best as I can. Probably not going to be the proper way to do it, but I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing to mine and how to, put it into the car. Okay, guys, so today we are going to be putting... So today, guys, we are going to... Today we are going to be trying to put the... Fuck you! Alright, guys, so we actually are starting to put the roll cage in. Stop!
You can't edit that out.
Okay, so now that we got some peace and quiet, I can actually film and talk to you guys. We are going to be putting the roll cage in the Mustang today, and we got some of the stuff done already. We ended up gutting the car in one of the last videos, so we got all the interior ripped out. And next step is to kind of lay all the pieces out and see what piece needs to go to where. Now, unfortunately, I did what I always do, and we already did a lot of this stuff, without filming it. But pretty much we got 2 holes drilled into the floor for the main hoop. So if you go down in the floor, those holes that are sitting there, where Christian's fingers are right now, those are the holes that the main hoop is going to slide down into, because you need to actually drill those holes for the main hoop, because if you just set it in there without drilling the holes, you can't actually weld the top of the back bars onto the main hoop. Now, the main hoop is just going to sit in those holes and be able to drop it all down so we can get the back bars welded on. But we pretty much did the main hoop, the harness bar, and the halo bar. We got all that welded outside of the car. We kind of just threw it all in there, threw the main hoop in, and threw the halo bar, which goes up, along the roof line. And we got the halo bar welded onto the harness bar, or the fucking hoop, and then we got the harness bar welded on as well. We actually put my seat in, and I sat in the car, and we kind of made sure it was at shoulder length here, so it's shoulder height, I should say, so the harnesses won't be tugging down on me if I were to get into an accident, because if the harness bar is too low and you have you get into a wreck, it'll actually like break your back or something. This is the start of the cage that we got welded up. So, like I said, this is just main hoop, harness bar, halo bar. So, this whole piece we can put into the car and drop through those holes. And then once it's dropped through the holes, we can get the back bars welded onto it. And these back bars are going to go to the top of the harness bar as well. And then they're going to be placed right in this area here with a plate. And we're going to weld that all to the back this structured part of the car. I already got the insulation all yanked out of this with a chisel and a hammer. I kind of just pounded it all off, and I still have to do this side yet, but pretty much this is just the insulation. It's just like shit they put over the metal to reduce sound and all that shit. So I got a lot of the insulation chiseled off already. I got to continue chiseling the rest of this insulation off of this area, and then we'll be able to get the back bars welded in. And then Michael is actually grinding away so we can put the plates in. So we'll put the hoop through the holes, get the back ones welded on, and then we'll bring the whole assembly up and then weld the hoop to the plate and then the plate to the floor. So that's what we're going to do now. Get all that stuff in and then kind of position everything and see where it's all going to be. This kit is actually really nice because it's a pre-made kit, so all these pipes and stuff are pretty much ready to go. The only thing that was a little bit different was the halo bar. We had to cut that down a little bit shorter because my roof line was a little bit smaller, and they kind of give you a universal one that you need to cut to fit. So, yeah. Anyways, got to get all that done, and then we have a few bars that are going to go from the main hoop to the transmission tunnel, drive shaft tunnel right here. So we'll have to grind off this insulation down here as well in this area. So I'll grind that off, and then we have a bar that goes from the main hoop to the whatever, I just said it. I'm going to repeat myself. Why the fuck am I doing that? And then there's another bar, like an X bar, that goes on the other side as well to the transmission tunnel area. And then after all that, the cage is almost done. Once we weld all that stuff in, the only other bars that we'll have to do is going to be a dash bar and the like the windshield bars, the A-pillar bars. So there's going to be 2 bars that come down the A-pillar down the windshield, and they will both meet at the bottom, along with 2 door bars that are going to go off the main hoop to the front of the floor down there. So we're going to kind of just get some of this stuff pounded out, and we will pick up when we make some more progress. Now, I did lay some black spray paint on the top of the halo bar up here, so the whole thing will be painted black when I'm done, because you can't paint this stuff once the cage is like actually in. You won't be able to paint the top of the cage. So I painted the top of it black. It's really cold, so it's running, but I don't really care. It's just...
It's cold outside with, like, cold metal?
Yeah, cold metal, cold outside. The paint's not sticking. It's 96-cent black spray paint from Walmart. I don't really care. You're not going to see it anyways. I just kind of wanted to get some paint on it so it doesn't rust. Because, yeah, if you don't, and it's just bare metal, it's going to rust. Alright guys, so we got a few things welded, a few things stuck to the car, and I got the majority of the cage welded up and welded into the car. I still have a few bars to do yet. I have to do the door bar on the driver's side, and I still have to do the big, I don't know what kind of bars these are called, A-pillar bar maybe, the one that rides up the windshield, because the bars that they sent in the Rhodes Race Cars kit, the bar was actually a little bit too, the bend was too severe. I actually have the bars in the back of my truck right now, otherwise I would show you, but pretty much the angle that they sent, the pipes at least that they sent in the kit, they were bent at, say they were bent at a 45-degree angle. They weren't, but say they were at a 45, they needed to be at a 60 or a 70-degree angle instead of that. So I actually went to place I used to work, and they have a pipe bender, so I just kind of put the pipe in there to take some of the angle out of the pipe, and it didn't actually damage it at all. It just needed a slight little bit of bend to it to kind of bring it back so it would actually ride up the A-pillar how it's supposed to, at least how I think it's supposed to. I don't know. This cage is probably not going to pass an NHRA tech, but for the track that I'm at, and for the kind of racing that I do, just mainly, hometown kind of stuff, this cage should be sufficient enough for them not to kick me out, at least. And it's, like I said, it's not a professional install. It's a $280 cage and a, about a $2 welder right here. So, I'm doing the best I can. Like I said, it's not perfect or anything, but, welding to the floor and stuff is definitely a little bit tricky because the floor is actually kind of thin. I don't really know how, technical and stuff that people get on doing these cages, but I did get this side's door bar in, like I was saying. So I have a bar running off the main hoop here down to the floor down there with a plate. They supply you with a bunch of plates, and obviously I got to clean some of this stuff up, but I just welded the bottom here and then around the door bar to the plate there, and then I'm going to make some gussets, I think, for this plate, because they give you the plate, but there's no way to like make it flat or anything like that with how the Mustang is set up or how the floor is contoured. So I think I'm just going to make like a plate to go here to kind of box this in, to box this plate in. The ones that went on the floor were nowhere near as bad. You could just kind of put those flat on the floor and, stick them right on. The welds on here are actually pretty decent. They kind of look like shit because you know, just the camera, whatever. I just have a regular MIG welder. I don't have anything too fancy. But I do plan on painting over a lot of this stuff so I can, you know, make it look a little bit better, I suppose. And then I also have the halo bar up here that runs along the roof line, like I was saying. But I got the X bars installed down to the drive shaft tunnel there. And then I have the harness bar, like I said, in the rear. The rear bars are also welded in now. So I got these all welded in, nice and solid. This shit is super stiff. Like, the whole car is a rock now. It's awesome. So same thing, back here I had to grind down and get rid of all the insulation to weld these pipes in. And I would continue working on the roll cage, but I pulled up the insulation on the driver's side to put the door bar in on the driver's side and found out under the insulation that the floorboard is pretty rusty. So I have to repair the floorboard on this side before I go any farther. Good old Wisconsin frickin' Mustangs right here. So I'm just going to get some steel and try to reinforce this and close up those big old holes. The rust holes, that is, at least. Back here is solid. All this is solid, and up here is plenty solid still. So I should be able to get a plate in there and try to strengthen that up a little bit. Plus, I'm going to still have carpet in the car and stuff, so you're not going to see any of this junk. You're not going to really see the floor welds or any of that stuff, so it'll be out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. And it should still be a lot safer than the car was without a roll cage at all. This should still help out quite a bit. And really, a roll cage is designed to take one crash. If it can take one crash, I think we'll be alright. Hopefully that crash isn't too catastrophic, or hopefully I don't crash at all, I should say, but it's best to have something like this installed into the car. Better be safe than sorry kind of thing. But like I said, that's pretty much as far as I can go for tonight, on the cage at least. I do have a bunch of goodies over here, kind of sneak peek. I don't know if I'm going to cover any more roll cage stuff just because it's freaking boring. It is super boring talking about this stuff, and I just feel like it's not that interesting to a lot of people. You know, this is kind of just putting pipes together and welding them up, and, you know, not really that interesting in my opinion. But I will do a video maybe tomorrow or the next day on all the parts that I'm going to be putting into the Mustang. Like I said, I have a bunch of stuff that we're putting into the new motor and all that. So I may make a video on that stuff, and I might make a video like A21 Bravo just did on his kind of progression through the Ranger. Kind of like where the car started and then where it is now kind of thing. I'd like to do that with the Mustang, and I'd like to do that with my Honda as well, and kind of just make a little quick video on, hey, this is where the car started, this is all the stuff I did to it, and this is where it is now. I think that'd be really cool to do. Also, kind of quick update for you guys at the end of the video here. If you made it this long, thank you. The channel's been doing really good lately, and I greatly appreciate everybody that's viewing and subscribing and liking the videos. It definitely gives me a little bit more motivation to continue making videos. For a little while, I was kind of like, you know, the channel's really not growing, it's not really doing nothing, and lately it's kind of been turned around a little bit. So, but anyways, quick update for anybody that is wondering about me, you know, with my medications and stuff for my anxiety. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and actually suggest that I try out Kratom or Kratom. I don't really know how to say it. It's pretty much just a leaf that you get from it's like Indonesia or Thailand or something like that. And it's pretty much a naturally grown product that comes from the earth, which makes me more inclined to try it instead of something that's chemically made, like a pharmaceutical drug for anxiety that I have been taking. I started off on some antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication in the beginning of the year, and it helped a little bit, but it definitely wasn't what I was looking for. So I kind of weaned myself off of them, been good to go, and the anxiety definitely came back with a vengeance, about a month or two ago. And it's been really bad lately. Partially why I haven't been making a whole lot of videos and doing a lot of stuff is because my anxiety's been really bad. And I'm trying to deal with it as best as I frickin' can. But it definitely is tricky because, you know, when you're frickin' naturally frickin' boosted like I am, I'm literally 100 miles an hour all day long. I mean, I'm not necessarily wrenching all the time, but my brain is 100 miles an hour all day long. I can't seem to shut it off, and I can't seem to, just kind of come to peace with myself. I'm always overthinking about stupid shit I shouldn't be thinking about, and then I start to get, I start to hyperventilate, and I can't breathe fucking half the day. Or like, there's like times where I go weeks on end where like I can't catch my breath and I can't breathe. And whatever, and then sometimes the anxiety gets to the point where I'm like super dizzy and I'm shaking and I can't think at all because I'm just feeling like I'm gonna die. It fucking sucks. So I try to like reach out to other people, because the more you talk about mental illness and mental health and stuff like that, people really don't think it's a big deal. But I'm telling you guys straight up, I'm not some little bitch. I'm telling you, I'm not. It is definitely a real thing. I think in just today's society that we live in, with freaking social media and Facebook, which is fucking terrible. I hate Facebook, but I'm on it all the time. What, go figure. Just with like the world we live in today is so fast paced and there's so much stuff going on. It's really hard for us to comprehend a lot of the stuff, and we're not doing a lot of the stuff we should be doing, like eating right and exercising and all that stuff. And it's hard to put that stuff into our lives. It really is. I know I personally struggle with trying to keep a good diet and trying to exercise regularly and stuff like that. And it is extremely tough. It is extremely freaking tough. Especially, like I said, in today's day and age. When you go to freaking, even the grocery store, you can't find healthy foods half the time. Whatever. It is what it is. But anyways, back to the original story here of trying Kratom. I actually ordered some. It's illegal in a few states. It's legal in other states, whatever. I ended up getting some Kratom from somebody, and I tried it out, and it's like the green Borneo strain. I actually just ordered some green Mangda and some white vein and red vein Kratoms as well, just to kind of experiment with them and play with them a little bit. But the first time I took Kratom, guys, I fell in love. Legit. I actually took it, and I went about my day. And I did it, the Snake Eater Performance Injector video. I started off the day and I was like, kind of feeling a little weird. Like, I don't know how this is supposed to feel. I'm not sure if this is good or not. I don't know if I like this. And it kind of felt like a painkiller or something at first. It does trigger like opioid receptors and stuff in your brain. It's good for people that are on like heroin or opiates or painkillers or anything like that, and they're trying to wean themselves off. Kratom is also a really good alternative for that, because it's nowhere near as addictive as a lot of that stuff. But anyways, yeah, I'm rambling. But so anyways, I kind of started my day off with it, and I didn't really know if I liked it. And then the rest of the day went by, and at the end of the night, I legit thought back to myself, I haven't thought about my breathing once today, because it just kind of flowed naturally. And I have had zero anxiety that day. I literally was just like, holy fuck, I'm totally not used to this. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to have a clear head. Like, I've never had a clear head like that. It was crazy awesome. So, kind of fell in love with it. Tried it the next day, didn't do anything. Tried it the next day, didn't do anything. And then I kind of found a routine of what like works. Take it with food, don't take it with food kind of thing. Played around with it a little bit, and then kind of balanced back out to where it works every time I take it now. It's not super intense or anything, but it is like a, something that you can definitely tell that it's working kind of thing. I'm still playing around with it, trying to figure out what is the best dose, what's the best strain, all that kind of stuff for what I should be taking. I kind of just make a tea out of it and drink it, and about an hour or two later, you start to feel, normal. Or at least for me, I feel normal. Not all worked up about shit all the time. Anyways, so like I said, it's working. It works very well. It just sucks because it's kind of short-lived. It's like taking a cup of coffee and then you get a little bit of a buzz and then you crash. Not crash, but like you don't feel the caffeine anymore an hour or two later. That's kind of how Kratom is. It's very kind of weak in that sense. You got to kind of drink a couple cups of coffee just like you drink a couple cups of Kratom kind of thing. I still only take it in the morning, and then I just kind of go about my day because it's enough to kind of get me through the day without crazy bad anxiety from what I'm noticing. But anyways, I'm going to quit ranting. I kind of wanted to put this at the end of the video because I wanted to see if anybody out there was interested in hearing about this stuff and trying to, being interested in my kind of I wouldn't call it anxiety recovery, but my battle with anxiety and trying to better my life and better my mental health a little bit. Because guys, trust me, it is harder to fucking deal with this than anything else I've had to deal with in my life. Trust me, it is something I've been dealing with for like 15 years, and I'm fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of it. It's getting me depressed almost because I'm so sick of feeling this way. I just want to be normal. I just want to be good hunter, boosted hunter, but no anxiety. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. It just sucks though, because like stupid thoughts go through my head like man, this is so much more common nowadays than it used to be. Like 50 years ago or so, like you don't really see a lot of anxiety in, say, my parents' decade, like in the 60s and 70s. You don't see anxiety being that much of a big deal. Like it wasn't like something that was discussed much, and it wasn't that common back then. You know what I mean? There was a few cases, obviously, but there wasn't like this widespread anxiety. Like I feel like a lot of people have like bad anxiety. Like everybody has anxiety, but I'm saying like I feel like it's more common nowadays than it used to be, kind of thing. So, you know, and I've tried everything under the sun in the sense of like just trying to deal with it and trying to change my lifestyle a little bit here and there, and it, you know, it really doesn't do much. I don't know, I'm fucking ranting at this point. I'm gonna end the video off here, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the boring welding of pipes into my Mustang. I'm really excited to get this car going. I actually just took my Civic out to my storage unit. Michael's out there cleaning. My air compressor is fucking loud. But anyways, I want to get the Mustang done and running, back up and running again. And then once the Mustang is running, everything is good to go with this. I want to bring the Civic back home, and we'll kind of dig into it and take our time and build a proper race engine. That's what I want to do. Measure everything, micrometers, bore gauges, fucking you name it. I want to go through it and do it 100% and get some good parts and throw them in there. Yeah, anyways, okay, I'm fucking done talking. You guys are sick of listening to me, I bet. But if you made it all the way to the end, please hit the like button and comment. Let me know what you guys think. And we will talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.